this is the second part and all that. We'll start this up back at the school. It's been a while since the incident happened, and Deku has been talked to, and he explained what his quirk does, explaining that it's his mother and father's quirk. He doesn't have both of them, but he has them combined into one, which he'll ask what it's called. Deku would explain that his father's quirk was originally called Vampire, so my quirk was called Purebred, saying that I can even turn people into vampires also, which they will be like, what, for real? Is that possible? Deku would explain that the only way it's possible if somebody dies with me already bit them, or I bite a dead body. But if I do that, they won't be technically vampires. They'll be more of a zombie than anything. So I guess I can sort of make zombies also. They'd be like, so you can pretty much make an army of dead. Deku would say I could, but I'm not gonna do that, since that's just rude to the people when they die, and I wouldn't do that to anybody, since after they're turned into vampires and all that, we're not sure, but my father said that our quirk may be able to make people immortal without anything harming them, but they're still killable, since my great-great-grandfather, that's around, I would say 200 years old, is still alive. It either make us immortal or make our life period very long. So yeah. Oh yeah, I'm not in the woods. I just have a lot of trees in this yard that it sounds like I'm in the woods. So somebody commented that down. But I'm not in the woods. I'm just with a lot of branches around me. A lot of trees. So yeah. But this would happen, and he would go home with him walking up the stairs of their house, and hear his mother and father talking about some kind of people that made people in this town in debt to them with unfair standards, or just using them for stuff, and they're threatening them by threatening to blow up the school that Deku's in and all that. So yeah, and they'll say that they'll kidnap their kids and all that. So when Deku overhears this, he would just go up the stairs. He wouldn't like walk up them. He would jump up them and land. And he would go into his room, and he would pretty much just hide there for the moment. And he's planning on going down the window. But so he would have went out the window, and he would come back after the conversation was done. He would walk in saying, "I am home," and all that, which his mother would say, "Welcome home, honey," and all that, and talk. And then we'll just cut to the next day with Deku walking to school, thinking of what the conversation was about. He'll get there, and when he gets there, he'll walk around same as normal. A few people would say hi to him and all that, but no people really talk to him until another transfer student would come there. a student would transfer there. I know, it's a woman having fun. But he would go there with a new transfer student coming in. If people talk about the other transfer student, how many times we're gonna get one. And she would walk in, introduce herself as Uraraka Taco. She would walk in saying hi to everybody and all that with a nervous look on her face. And she would have said that, my family just moved here and my course is zero gravity. Ooh, gravity. And all that. She would be introduced and she would stay there for the whole class period or all the school year or school day. And it comes to lunch and she doesn't have any lunch. She just sits there and all that. Deku comes back to school the same day and the same thing happens, and this happens to the rest of the week, and they have the weekend off and then come back and all that, and she doesn't have food again. Deku would go up to her sitting down with her his little lunchbox and give it to her, and she'll be confused and he'll walk back with food from the cafe saying that you can have it. You don't have food today, just like the rest of last week, so you can have it. She would say, no, I can't take it, it's your lunch. He'd say, it's fine, I already bought lunch from the cafe, so might as well eat it. She would hand it back, saying, no, I can't. He'll hand it back, saying, yes, take it. And all that. If you don't take it, I'll just throw it away. She would say, okay, saying thank you again, and eat it with a smile on her face. Deku would ask why she doesn't have any food, and she would have said that her family's in debt to some people and that family doesn't have any money to get her food during school. We can barely get breakfast and dinner some days, and I can't get any for lunch. Deku would have said, from now on, I'll just give you my lunch, and I'll just get food from the cafe. She'd say, no, I can't do that. That would just mean taking your lunch. Okay, that was dumb. I'm back, I'm out of breath. Had to run away from somebody. But yeah. She'd say, no, I can't do that. And he'll say, yes, you're taking it. And they would eat lunch, come back next period, and all that. He would go home, and he would go up to his mom and dad, and ask what's going on. And they'll be like, what you talking about, honey? Deku would say that we haven't moved yet, and all that. And I heard you guys talking about some organization that's pretty much putting people in debt and threatening their kids if they don't pay it, and all that. They'll say, how'd you hear that? He would say, you remember that day whenever I came on blah 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 Monday or Tuesday or something. I came home. Truth is, I was already home, and I just jumped out the window and came back after I heard all that. They would explain the whole situation, and Dick would say that a new girl just came to school and it seems that her family's in debt and all that, so I knew something was happening. They would say, is it true? What's her name? He would say, Raka Choco, and all that. They'll say, we'll go talk to her family to see what's going on and see if we can help, and all that. You just watch out what's happening at school. Oh my god, the dude's chasing me again. Okay, I'm back again. But, so, tell him just to look out and see if anything, try to help people leave, or tell the teachers what's happening, or if you can, leave by yourself, and all that. He would say okay. He would go back to school. A week later, he would have seen some new cars parked at the teacher's parking spot, I guess, and all that. There were like 10 empty spots. Now there's 5, and there just hasn't been any new teachers or people coming into school, and all that. Then one day, he comes to school again. He hears that a kid has left the school. Something about family circumstances that he has to leave. And this was the kid with the fire cork. So people don't think much of it, since he did get in trouble and all that. And he has to go to court counseling. And maybe they're moved for it, or to get away from what caused him to have to go there. So, but Deku's thinking what happened, and he would have went up to mom and dad and say something about it. They say, has anything been weird? He said about the new cars and all that, and they say that watch out for the Raka kid, since her parents did tell us that she is in debt to people. So if you see anybody walking around, contact us or something like that. Hand him a phone. He would say okay. And the next day, a week later, same thing would happen with another kid leaving. Another week later, another kid, and the class has dwindled down to 7 students. And all this, which people are getting really standoffish, because this standoffish can't talk, since this has been happening a lot, and there hasn't been any explanation or any reason to all this. And this is the day that the door was shot off with 5 men walking out from it with guns in their hands, telling the teacher and the kids to come with us, with the principal and all the people from the office, I guess, with them, saying that you guys can't contact the police or any type of heroes, since it'll take a long time for them to get there. And Deku would be in the back, and he goes to reach for his phone, which the men would shoot at him, shooting him in the leg, and they would go up to him, grabbing him, ripping the phone out, and crushing it. But this is whenever Deku would have put one of his own hands to his leg, with him saying, it hurts. And this is when the dude would get kicked in the face by Deku's leg that he got shot by, which sent him off of Deku. And he would have punched his phone, or not his phone, but punched his gun, destroying it pretty much. Which the men with the guns would see him do this, and they would shoot at him. And this is whenever a big, tall guy from back of it would come in, say, what's the ruckus? And they would say the kid over there just took down Yami and all that. He would say whatever, Yami's cork wasn't that strong anyway. and all that. And they say, how did he take him down? And they would say the kid has some kind of strength quirk. He just smashed the gun. And the big man would walk over and all that. With Deku seeing him, the man would swing at him. And Deku would dodge, kicking him in the face, which wouldn't faze him. And he would have grabbed Deku and smashed him into the wall with his strength. And he'd say, is that it? With Deku dropping down, with his blood on his face, which would start disintegrating. So he would run at them, kneeing him with the man not blocking in the face, which when it faced him, and Deku would have been grabbed by the throat, slammed into the ground, and the man would show his quirk with stuff coming out of his mouth, which would go over his face and down his back, with a sort of tail appearing, which would smack Deku into the wall, with him saying, is that it? Saying, this is when the men in the back say that we got the kids that the people are in debt to. That kid's not, parents are not in debt, so we might as well leave Yamato. He'd say, okay, and they'll walk off with whenever he turns around, with his quirk like going back into his mouth. Deku would have stuck out his hand and would have clenched his fist, and while clenching it, the man that's carrying one of the kids in front of him leg would sort of have his like a handprint wrap around it, and Deku would close his hands with the man's leg busting open, spilling out blood, with Yamato turning around, seeing the kid with his hand clenched, with him walking over to him, grabbing him, saying, we're taking him. If we threaten him enough, he might turn to our side. His quirk seems interesting. Taking him while Deku's still trying to kick Yamato, which is not doing any damage. And he'd be clenching his fists even more, with handprints coming around Yamato's neck, which wouldn't go down or crush him at all. They would have been taken away and all that, with Deku's parents not finding him or seeing him for the whole night. And this is where this part will end off right now. Goodbye, my brothers.